Have you ever tried to use a value tuple in your ASP.NET Core MVC views, only to hit a wall? It can be frustrating when things don't work as expected. If you're facing this issue, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into whether you can use ValueTuple as a model type in your views. I totally get it. You want to streamline your code and make it more efficient, but then you run into exceptions when rendering your page. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers have faced similar challenges when trying to implement ValueTuple in their MVC applications. Let's look at the specific question at hand. One user asked, is it possible to use ValueTuple as a model type in views in ASP.NET Core MVC? They provided a code snippet where they attempted to return a ValueTuple from their controller to the view. Sound familiar? If so, let's explore this together. So what's the issue here? When using ValueTuple as a model, you might encounter exceptions during rendering. This can happen due to how ASP.NET Core MVC handles model binding and type resolution. Understanding this will help us find a solution. And stick around. I have a solution that will help you avoid these exceptions and make your code cleaner. You won't want to miss it. To use ValueTuple as a model in ASP.NET Core MVC views, the user should first ensure that the correct version of .NET is being used. Since the user mentioned .NET 4.62, they need to confirm that the system ValueTuple package is properly installed. Next, the user should modify the controller to return a ValueTuple correctly. The user can create a tuple with the required values and return it to the view. This is done by defining the tuple type in the return statement. In the view, the user needs to specify the model type correctly. The model declaration should match the tuple structure. This means using the correct syntax for the value tuple in the view. If the user encounters an exception when rendering the page, they should check for any discrepancies in the model declaration and the data being passed from the controller. Ensuring that the model matches the data structure is crucial. Finally, the user can test the implementation by running the application and navigating to the view. They should verify that the data is displayed correctly without any exceptions. Fun fact, did you know that the concept of tuples dates back to ancient mathematics? They were used to represent ordered pairs long before programming languages adopted them. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user found a way to use ValueTuple in views successfully. They discovered that you can define the model using either a simple tuple syntax or by naming the elements directly. This means you don't need to use the ValueTuple keyword anymore. Let's move forward and look at another answer. Yes, it is possible to use ValueTuple as a model in your view. One user successfully implemented this by adding the Microsoft.codeanalysis.c# version 2.2.0 NuGet package to their project. They noted that this version is crucial and shouldn't be later than 2.20. The user shared their development environment details, which included Visual Studio 15.3 and a project upgraded from .NET Core 1.0. They did not set an explicit Razor C# version, which may also be relevant. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative approach shared by a user involves using ValueTuple in the view. They found that the initial method didn't work, but a slight modification did. Instead of directly converting the model, they declared a new variable for the converted model using a tuple assignment. Here's a quick tip. Always prefer using classes or records for model binding in ASP.NET Core MVC. It not only avoids exceptions, but also makes your code more readable and maintainable. And there you have it. By switching from ValueTuple to a class or record, you can avoid those pesky exceptions and keep your code clean. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on ASP.NET Core MVC.